Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Nemesis Gaming League. Tonight, we've got a nice lineup for everybody. It's your boy Psycho here to cast, and I'm also sitting in the booth with my ex-org mate from last season. He was in the same org as me. Skies, the man, the myth, the legend. Y'all all know him. Y'all all love him. How you doing tonight, Skies?
No, I'm doing pretty good. I'm fellow finals. Wait, did you make the finals last season?
We made the finals.
You
Vipers
did,
made
yeah.
the finals. We
Fellow,
couldn't clutch it, but
no, it's okay. You almost made up for it, but I mean, just the fact you made it to the finals is still pretty good, and I'll give you that. But
pretty good, pretty good. Feels good. I appreciate it. And congratulations to you on becoming a new GM this season. I'm really excited to
thank
see
you.
how your org turns out.
It's just unfortunate they put me in the same division as Chipmunk. But
Well, tonight. Oh, what's up? What's up?
no, it's nothing. Just you know, Foam and Chipmunk. I mean, come on.
Well, tonight we got for your first match. We go to the rival league. It's an interconference matchup in between Arrival and Pineapples. Both teams are sitting at 1-1. So Arrival's going to be looking to bounce back after a tough loss on Wednesday, and the Pineapples are hoping to carry their momentum from their sweep on Saturday night. Now, I'm a novice player member, and you're a Titan member player. So I don't know how well you know the players on the field. I don't know too many of the names. I know Lancer. I don't know if is he going to be playing. I'm not sure.
I
Uh,
can't tell you that.
I know Pandemic Effect. I remember seeing him from last season, and I've seen people going crazy over Steve Fades in chats before. So I'm kind of expecting to see some big things from him.
Yeah, I believe he actually did really well last week, and I think he was a potential player of the week candidate if you didn't get it. I can't remember who got it, if I'm going to be completely honest. But, I mean, yeah, regardless, I know he had a solid week last week, so if you keep it up.
Most definitely, most definitely. And I'm interested to see how this is going to pan out as we start to get players joining up on the field. And we are ready to kick off game one, Pineapples versus Arrival. Let's get into this. We've got Fish Rules Soy, Proxy, Pandemic that are all on Arrival. Oh, and we're starting off with a kickoff goal straight out the gate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate if you're on pineapples. You hate to see it, but I mean, for a rival, that's just a quick start, and they'll take this and they'll build off of it. So I mean, solid start from them. But
Yeah. Yeah,
that was
Arrival's definitely going to have to pick something up and be careful. As we get to the second kickoff, and we got the ball is sitting dangerously in the defensive zone for Arrival. They're trying to get it clear. Poxy is going to take it off the wall, get a banger clear, put it down, reverts on the back wall, puts it in front of the net, but Steve Fades is able to clear it away before anything dangerous happens. But Fish Rules Soy coming off the wall with a dangerous shot, cleared away by Revert. Proxy is going to keep the pressure and try to bring it back, but it gets cleared out. Fish Rule is going to take it up into the corner and send it flying. Pandemic Effect's trying to follow it up. He does follow it up. He gets the dunk, almost puts it in, but it just comes off the crossbar. Revert with a big clear, trying to follow it up in the midair, gets a second touch, but he can't find it as Pandemic Effect bounces it away. Lancer trying to keep the pressure up. D-Phase goes up, but gets beat to the ball. Pandemic Effect finds it in the mid, and he puts it up. Proxy's up, trying to find some pressure. He does. Pandemic Effect's there. Puts it in the goal.
I mean, yeah, that's just fortunate that pandemic effect just happened to be in ball cam. I'm pretty sure if he wasn't, he was just gonna go grab mid boost or corner boost possibly. But seeing the ball come in so early and the defender was caught off guard at front post backwards, he saw that coming, so he immediately turned and got the quick beat to the ball. So it's a good play by pandemic to realize that.
I agree. I agree. An Arrival coming with some heavy pressure this game, already up 2-0 with 3:45 left. As Steve Fades puts a long shot on net, but it's cleared away. Keeping the pressure. Revert there to clean up his friend's miss.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate. There's a double commit and one player with earlier on in the possession, so that was leaving him last with no boost, pandemic in net, and I mean, Revert came in with the quick pop over the top and couldn't really do much about it. That was good placement by him.
Lancer coming off the back wall, clearing it. Pandemic effect keeps it in the corner to keep the pressure up. Proxy finds it in the midfield, puts it in the corner. Can't find a second touch. Pandemic is there, but it's blocked. Fish roll soy, keeping the pressure up, keeping it down near the net. Steve fades with a pinch, sending it into the corner. Proxy misses his touch to keep the pressure up, but the ball's just left as Fish roll soy comes in, bounces it off the wall and tries to get a second touch, but it's blocked away. Proxy slowing it down. He's going to leave it for his partner Pandemic. Pandemic puts it, but it's on the top crossbar. Revert clears it away. Proxy and Revert go for the 50, but it ends up pinching. Pandemic effect puts it back, but it gets cleared. Fish roll soy is keeping the pressure hot right there as Revert comes in. Seeing we're about halfway through so far, Skies, what do you think that Pineapples needs to do to bring this away? They only need one goal.
I mean, yeah, the pressure is pretty solid from both teams, so I don't think that's too big of a problem. It's just these. I think they need to focus on maintaining their boost so they could get a good clear. Because whenever they're stuck on defense, they always lack in boost. So it's crucial to have boost when trying to get the ball on the other side and get some pressure going. So I think they just need to clean up their rotations just a little bit and try to maintain the boost.
Good stuff, good stuff. As Fish Roll's trying to clear it out of his end and keep the ball from being too dangerous. Lancer finds it. He's going to go for a second touch. He finds a second touch, and it's just barely going to go wide as Proxy misses his clear touch, but it's back. Fish Roll Soy finds it in the mid, puts it on, but it's just wide. Pandemic Effect tries to follow it up, but he can't find it. Fish is going to take another shot that he doesn't find. Proxy's going to keep the pressure up. Revert's going to try and clear it, but Pandemic 50s him, sending it out to the middle. It's a dangerous ball. Steve Fades is able to get there and clear it away. Proxy's going to find it in his own corner and try and follow it, but Lancer's going to hit it off the sidewall. Pandemic's going to bounce it back. It looks like the ball is just doing a lot of ping-pong in the midfield as Revert comes in and is able to find a net.
I didn't see who it was. Oh, it was Lancer. He went for the corner boost, but didn't end up getting it. So he decided, hey, I might as well go for a bump, and just drives right over to the rival defender, and he bumps him just barely. But I mean, that slight bump's just gonna push him off enough, so he can't get the touch that he wanted in the first place, and that offset him too much. And I mean, that ultimately led.
Yeah, even the tiniest bumps can have massive effects on what's going on in the field. The Fish Roll Soy is going to find it in the center, and he's going to try and find a second touch, but he can't. Leaves it there for Lancer to clear away. Lancer puts it to the wall, comes off the wall, and is able to find it, but Pandemic is doing what he's been doing all game and finding those midfield touches to keep the pressure up for his team. Proxy comes in, takes a shot, but it's a weak one. It's easily cleared away. Lancer's going to try and slow it down and flick it, but Pandemic's able to stop it. He's going to find it in the corner, put it down. Fish Roll Soy is back, but he's unfortunately looked like he was in a really awkward position, and Steve Fage just capitalized.
Yeah, I think Fish Roll Soy, he faked Proxy Lulz, and then he just baited himself into that backboard read. He didn't trust himself, but I mean, ultimately at that point, you kind of just have to go for it and hope for the best. I don't know if he possibly didn't read he thought it was going to roll up or whatnot, but I mean, at that point, you just have to go for it because it's a one-on-one, and leaving you in the back of the net in an unfortunate spot. I mean, he's got the whole net to shoot at.
And now we're down to the last 10 seconds as Pineapples has been able to reverse this and sitting on a 3-2 lead, 5 seconds left. Pineapples is able to sink another one, extending their lead by 2 with only 3 seconds left. That's pretty much going to close the curtain on this game 1.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, Arrival was kind of just flailing all over the ball, trying to get a quick touch. I mean, you kind of have to. Like, that's crunch time in the last 10 seconds, and you're down by 1. You kind of just have to go for stupid stuff and just hope for the best. And for them, it just didn't happen to work out. But I mean, Pineapple's taking game 1. I don't see too much of error. I think it's just communication issues on Arrival's side of things. But I mean, besides that, I think both teams played very well.
I agree. Both teams did come out pretty well. I mean, Arrival, even though they didn't win, they still were able to put 11 shots on net. And that's pretty impressive coming from really any team. That's a lot of pressure.
So you definitely like to see that. I mean, it was mostly back and forth. Like it wasn't one team just holding on to the pressure the whole time. I mean, you got to see what both teams they got in their bag, and I mean, I still think a rival can easily take this one back. They just gotta fix up the little errors that costed them those few goals in last game.
I definitely agree with that statement. I think both teams are on top of their game right now. They both want this win. You can smell it. But we're going to get into the second kickoff right now, or the first kickoff, excuse me, of game 2, with Pineapples being up in the series by 1. Remember, this is a best of 5. Proxy's going to find an air touch in the mid and send it down. Steve Fades is there. He's going to take control of it and get it out of his side and flick and try and make something happen, but Pandemic was there, able to clear it away. Revert comes in, and he has a heater of a touch, but Proxy's there, able to make the save. Steve gets caught up in the corner, and it's a dangerous ball in front of their net, but it gets cleared away. Pandemic, looks like there was a bit of a double commit on that ball coming out, but Proxy's there. He's going to clear it. He gets a second touch in the midfield, sends it down. Revert and Steve, a bit of a double commit coming out there from Pineapples this time as the ball is dangerously going off the crossbar. Revert's there to try and send it out, but Fish gets a 50 with him. Pandemic sends it into the corner to set it up for Proxy. Proxy's there, but can't get the shot on. Revert's going to slow it down, try and dribble it out, and he successfully gets it past, puts it down in front of the net. That's a dangerous ball. Steve Fades is there, but Fish rules Soy, clears it away. Lance is going to keep up the pressure, gets a dunk, but it's wide. Proxy. And Steve Fades comes in, puts it on net, but Fish rules Soy is ready for it, and he gets a big clear. Lancer off the back wall, puts it in front of his net. Proxy comes, but is shot wide. The ball is taken control by Pandemic Effect. He sends it down, but Steve Fades clears it out. Proxy's taken in the midfield, puts it up for his teammate. Teammate puts it off the backboard, and Revert catches it and sends it out. Pandemic Effect brings it back off the backboard again. Lancer's up, but Fish Rule Soy was as well. Steve Fades is able to get the clear. Revert off the wall to send it down. He's going to stick with it. It looks like a little bit of a mechanical error came out, unfortunately, or he was trying to fake and it didn't work. Proxy with a big touch in the center, but Lancer with an even bigger save coming out. Revert puts it on his car. It looks like he's trying to get a breakaway, but he can't quite get it. But he sends it into the corner and off where it's blocked down by Steve. Put back to the center where Proxy is able to bounce it up. Lancer finds the touch in the midfield. Steve Fades off the wall, but Fish Rules Soy is able to send it down. Lancer sends it into the corner. Steve Fades is going to try and find this ball, but Proxy is going to beat him to it. Proxy fake gets it past 2 of the defenders, but Steve's able to recover and get back to it. Gets it past Steve Fade, gets it past 1. He gets it past 2. That's a dangerous ball, but Fish Rules Soy is there to clear it away. As Proxy sends it back down, he's going to try and find a center. The ball's up. Lancer's there to clear it. Lancer's going to try and follow it for a clear, but Fish Rule is... that was almost a big own goal coming out right there with only a minute 50 seconds left. This has been some back and forth stuff going on here, guys.
Oh, well, you hate to see it. I was I was just about to say. I mean, both teams. There's been so many double commits that I've seen, and another big thing. I mean, you don't like to see that, but I mean, I was gonna say Arrival. They keep shooting the ball like all the way down from their corner, and they just get a big clear. But nobody is out cheating up or ready to follow it because, I mean, they're just lacking in the boost like they were in the previous game. I mean, can't stress it enough. You gotta always have boosts and have clean rotations. I mean, that's all you need in Rival to win. And I mean, I get that it's also really early in the season, so when we get towards the end, it'll look a lot cleaner. But I mean, it's just the little things. It can be huge.
I agree, and Pineapples, unfortunately, with only a minute left, is going to have to start pulling out something because Arrival's sitting on the lead, and they know that they've got controlling the pace of this match right now. You can see it as they're trying to make plays happen by slowing everything down. Proxy in the midfield is going to send it down with Pandemic Effect, trying to get the follow. He finds a touch, but he's not able to find a goal. Proxy coming off the wall, sending a heater down, but it was knocked away as Fish Roll tried to clean it up for his friend. Pandemic is going to find the crossbar. Proxy is going to find it in the midfield, pop it up. He's going to try and follow it, but Lance is able to clear it out. Pandemic is going to keep the pressure up, but Revert is going to try and send it out again. But Fish Rule is putting it in the middle where Pandemic tries to get it, but it's stopped by Steve Fades. The ball's floating in the middle as Fish Rule Soy comes and puts it in front of Pineapple's nets, but nobody's there to try and take a shot on it. Pandemic sends it back. Proxy goes up but misses his touch. Looks like a bit of a double commit coming out from Arrival there as the ball's floating midfield. Lancer finds a touch. Luckily, Fish Roll is able to get back and put the ball down. That's going to wrap up game 2 with Arrival taking the win. That's going to put us at 1-1 for the series.
Yeah, I feel like both teams, I haven't really seen many passing plays come out yet. I've seen just a lot of shots getting forced up, and I feel like passing plays are also going to be huge in this series. I mean, depends on which teams can actually come out and hit them consistently. I mean, that'll put the front foot down and pretty much dominate this whole series. But I mean, I've been paying close attention to the third man on both teams actually. When they have a guy last back and they have a free ball they can hit, possibly shoot, they always just seem to play it a little too passive and they just wait. I mean, I've seen Lancer, not to make fun of him or anything, but I mean the ball's been coming pretty much right to him, and he's just like waiting a little too often, and then it allows Arrival to keep more pressure. I mean, the third man, it's a big play that they have to come out and not be afraid to make. Is go and push up as third man.
Yeah, I agree. That's a really big position that I think a lot of people, sort of sleep on. As third man being sort of like the drummer of the band, or the designated hitter for baseball. But it's actually a pretty integral position. But we're getting into game 3 right now. 1-1. Pineapples and Arrival. And we're already down to about 4 minutes and 15 seconds left, as Lance is going to find it on his own backboard and unfortunately pass it straight to Fish Roll Soy, who makes a nice goal.
I mean, yeah, that's just an unfortunate touch. I don't think that's exactly what Lancer wanted, but I mean, whenever you toss it out middle, you got to make sure that you're calling it out to your teammates so they can be the first ones to get there. I mean, that's a dangerous ball, but I mean, it can also play good at sometimes. Like if you're looking for a teammate to pass it to, get a good clear. Putting it out to mid is also always a good strategy. There's a missed open net from Fish Roll Soy, but I mean, yeah, if you throw it down to mid, you just got to make sure that your teammates know that you're going to do it. And then, I mean, that's a big strategy that I always see in the Titan League matchups. I mean, you get that quick pass down. I mean, that's just an easy clear. Nobody's going to read it.
Yeah, I think that probably all the way up, I would assume up into Titan, and maybe some of even the worst Titan teams have issues with communications. I know I've seen a lot of communication issues like in the lower and the prospect and novice league and stuff like that, but it's a really big deal, and you really got to be on your communications to keep from, making real bad moves.
Communications are definitely one of the most disregarded, I'd say, strategies that teams just don't like to use. I mean, I know when I first started playing in Nemesis, I hated comms. You can ask anybody on my team, this Proxy comes out with a banger of himself from midfield. That was a good placement from him. But I mean, yeah, communications, they're big. Like, they can decide a game as well. I mean, it's just the little things, like I've been saying, the little things matter the most.
Most definitely, and that puts Arrival at 2-0 with 3 minutes left on the clock. I know Pineapples is really going to try and turn up the heat right now. They're going to have to. Both teams want to take this. This is a pretty pivotal match for a best-of-5 game 3. As Lancer puts it into the midfield, and Steve Fades is there, but Proxy's able to clear it away and make the save as he follows it down, puts it on the backboard. Dangerous ball, but Lancer's able to knock it to the side. Steve fades off the wall. He's going to take it, try to flick Pandemic. Gets it past one, but Fish Rule Soy was there to challenge. Proxy gets it past one defender, hits it. Steve fades. Up off the wall. He's going to try and do some fancy stuff here. Ground pinch, but it's cleared all the way back to Pineapple's defensive corner. Lancer is going to find it in the corner, but Proxy's there to keep the pressure. Revert off the back wall, hits it, but it's a dangerous ball. Steve Fades was able to get there in 50. Revert sends it down. Looks like he misses his second touch there. He's getting bumped by Fish Roll Soy. Lancer is there to 50 and sends a dangerous ball in front of the net, but Proxy able to clear it. Pandemic with a big boom, puts it on net. Steve Fades knocks it up. It's still dangerous, but Lancer's able to get it away from the net. Fish Roll Soy keeping up the pressure, able to make a conversion, snuck it in.
Yeah, and Steve Fades, like I was saying, he was just a little hesitant. I mean, I don't know if he didn't have boost or what it was, but I mean, once you see it going around the corner, you just have to cheat up front post and then just hope for the best. I mean, if he gets it over you, then I mean that's a good play by him because could have recognized that he was above the ball. So there's pretty much no way he's gonna bring that ball back up. But I mean, that was just unfortunate. As another one comes in, Pandemic Effect, able to slot it upper 90 off the bounce.
Arrival with an absolutely dominating performance right now. Definitely looking to go up 2-1 in the series. All three of those guys are just really bringing out, pulling out the stops right now. As we get into the next kickoff, Fish Rule Soy is gonna send it and put it on net, but Lancer's there, able to make the stop. Lancer's gonna have to get up there and make another clear. Pandemic Effect puts it on net. Revert's there. I don't think Revert had any boosts.
Yeah, it could have been a missed touch, but I mean they're really struggling to get this ball off their half right now. I mean, their pressure has just gone down. I mean, Arrival's sitting here with 11 shots, and Pineapples only have 4 themselves. I mean, it's not looking too good for them at this point. They really need to sort their problems out as quickly as possible if they want a chance.
Most definitely. As we see another one roll in from Fish Roll Soy. Steve Fades with a good touch that Lance was going for, but Fish Roll, he's been fast this game. He's been on almost every ball making touches.
I mean, I want to say it again. I just don't think that they're. One thing, they just got to read the play and see what's happening. I mean, once Lancer saw that his teammate was up on the wall, he just should have trusted that it was either going to go straight across or it's going to go all the way downfield, and then he can start to cheat up at midfield. So I'd say at that point you want to recognize where the ball is going to go and then try to just predict it. 'Cause, I mean, that's pretty much all this is. It's just a guessing game. You just got to figure out where the ball is going to go and try to predict it first, and that's where the factor of speed comes in. It's not just how fast your car is going, how fast you can read the play.
Most definitely. I hope everybody out here is taking notes because we're getting dropped some words of wisdom right here. As Pandemic Effect is going to try and generate some offense for his team, and he effectively does. But Fish Roll Soy is able to come in and get the complete center to Proxy Lulz, who has an open net to play with.
Yeah, I mean, the game has just gone downhill from here. I mean, Pineapples, I mean, this one, they can already just give up. Like, they already know it's over. They can't really do anything to come back. So, they just gotta prepare, pick a new strategy for next game. But in the meantime, I guess Lancer can get a quick stat pad. But
Definitely going to go ahead and take a goal for himself right there. He doesn't want to go out on a blowout. I respect that. We got 8 seconds left on this game. 7-1. Arrival looking to go up. 2-1 in the series. And then they're only going to need one more win to go ahead and take the night. What do you think that Pineapples needs to do? I mean, I know we've been talking about this, so I know they need to be worrying about their boost and they need to be cleaning up their rotations and stuff. But is there anything else that they can do? Some like Steve Fades, he's does any of them need to be more aggressive, or do all of them need to be more aggressive?
It's just about to mention that I've been looking at Lancer. Every time I see the ball end up on their half, he always plays it a little too passive. I think he's just gotta give himself a little more confidence because whenever the ball gets on his half, he kind of just plays really far back. And like I said, you just got to read the play and anticipate what's going to happen. And then, I mean, you just got to go for it. And then if it's not what you thought it was going to be, then just circle around and go back. I mean, that's pretty much all it is. Like I said, just a guessing game.
Yeah, one of the hardest guessing games anybody will ever play. I can
Oh
attest
yeah.
to that. And we got everybody loading up right now, getting into game 4 of this best of 5. All a rival needs to do is win right here, and they take it home for the night. Pineapples is looking to get 2 wins in a row if they want to have a win added to their record. Both teams sitting at 1-1 for their season records. So this is a pretty important match for everybody. As Lancer is going to find it in his own corner and send it up. Revert is able to try and get the pass play. Lancer is there, but he gets knocked away. Pandemic finds it in the midfield. Steve Fades is there for a baby touch. Sends it back to Revert, who sends it to the wall, back to Lancer, and Lancer gets a banger. Can somebody follow it? Oh, looks like Fish Rule Soy came out with a big demo. Probably tore up the offensive generation there. Proxy finds it in the corner trying to make something happen, but Steve's going to get a touch, clear it all the way to the other side. Pandemic gets a weird touch. I don't think that was what he was going for. Proxy with a 50 puts it on net, but Steve's there to send it away. Lancer gets bumped as he was going to try and go for that, but luckily Revert was there, finds the 50, and is able to put it down. Bit of a double coming out, it looked like there from a rival. Steve finds it in the center and midfield, sends it back, tries to make something happen, but unfortunately gets knocked away. Lancer's there to keep the pressure up. You can see the Pineapples are actually stepping up their game right now. They know they need to do something with Revert putting it on. Steve Fades trying to clean it up and put it on, but they just can't get it in. It hits the crossbar twice, and an unfortunate counterattack coming out. A little bit too much pressure, maybe.
Yeah, that was just like I said, you gotta know when to commit and when to not as third man. And I mean, if they're closer to the ball and they got you beat, you just gotta wait it out. And then, I mean, they'll probably play you up with a demo possibly, but I mean, it's better than just getting dusted to the ball and leaving it open net. I mean, that's all it is. You just gotta know when to go and when to not, and try to focus on taking it on one guy at a time, not their whole team.
Revert's gonna take on 2 of their team as he sends it down, but he's not able to generate anything. Steve Fades is gonna find it, but Pandemic's gonna shut it down and send it to their back wall. Lancer is able to clear it off the back wall. Revert is gonna try and make something happen, and he's up, and he hits it center, but Steve's not quite able to get the touch on it. Proxy sends it back. Proxy with a big demo on Lancer, but Revert's able to make the 50 and keep the ball out of dangerous area. Revert sends it down again. Proxy gets demoed as he makes a small touch in the midfield. Steve Fades gets it past 1, sends it up the wall. That's a dangerous ball, but Pandemic's there, able to clear it away. Revert keeps the pressure up, puts it back in front of their net, but Pandemic Effect is able to stop it again. Fish Roll is going to try and send it, but he can't. Lancer gets it past 1, but Fish Roll Soy puts it in the corner. Steve Fades is trying to get a second touch, can't find his second touch. Bit of a double commit coming out from Revert there, but Lancer comes in, hits a big one. Steve Fades tries to get it, but sends it back down to Lancer. They can't make anything happen with it. Pandemic catches it on his car, but Revert is going to keep the pressure up. Lancer sends it off the back wall. Proxy's able to clear it away. Steve Fades finds it in the midfield. Can't make anything happen as Pandemic clears it. He's going to try and follow it, but Revert with a big clear trying to follow it up, finds the follow, puts it off the back wall. Is anybody there? No. Steve Fades gets demoed. Lancer sends it up and tries to follow it, but Fish Roll Soy sends it away with a big old clear coming off the wall. Steve Fades is able to stop it. Play it back to the center for Lancer. Lancer's there. He gets the touch, but Fish is able to shut it down. Revert finds it in the corner, but it's 50'd by Fish. Steve Fades coming off the wall, sending it down. Finds a second touch on it on an open net. Wow, that was a good play.
Yeah, I just don't think Proxy was quite expecting it, and the third man couldn't rotate around fast enough. I mean, that was just a good play from Steve Fades, able to land on it and speed up the ball.
That's exactly
two defenders. I mean, that's what you like to see if you're rooting for Pineapples.
That's exactly what Pineapples needed to get this back, to get that momentum back. And they're sending it on the open net again, but Proxy's able to get there, make the save. It's floating in the midfield. Revert finds a soft touch, but Pandemic's there to take it away from him. Steve Fades, hits it. That's a dangerous ball. That's 2 in a row that they've come from the left side and were able to get it past all the defenders, and they had an easy open net to shoot on.
And that's what happens. Revert saw that the ball was going to come over in his general vicinity, and he recognized it, so he was cheating up. And he was ready for that outlet pass, and once he saw it go, he took off and was able to beat the last defender to it. Now it's just great anticipation by Revert.
Pineapple's going up 2-1 in this match with only 40 seconds left on the clock. They just got to play smart, and they can take down this win and send this to game 5. Steve Fades finds it in his own corner, but he's a bit awkward with it. He's able to get it past 2 of the defenders. He tries to put a shot on net, but it wasn't quite on. Revert finds it, keeps the pressure, sends it up, but Fish is able to clear it from the back wall, sends it to the midfield where Lancer is able to keep the pressure alive. Revert putting in the center. Steve Fades is up, but he can't quite get it to fall fast enough as it bounces off the backboard, and it's bouncing around in the midfield. And that's going to end game 4. Pineapples taking the win, taking this to game 5.
You know, I'm just gonna say right now, I when the poll came up, I called Pineapples in 5, so see if I got it. But you know, I still believe in them.
Hey, I think anything's possible. I think you said it in the beginning that after game 1 that this is pretty much any team's game, any team's game. And even though rival, they came out strong in game 2 and 3. They definitely dropped the ball right there to the Pineapples, and they're going to be needing to pick it back up if they want to take this win home tonight.
I mean, what they did, they really kept the rival at bay with 2 shots last game. They just got to figure out what they did and try to capitalize on it once again. And I mean, they could take this series.
And here we are with game 5 kicking off. Revert's going to try and generate some pressure, but Pandemic is there to clear it away. That's a dangerous ball. Steve Fades is able to make the touch, and it just keeps bouncing off the backboard. Finally, Fish Roll is able to come in and put it in the net.
I was going to say, if they didn't score on that would have been really tough. I mean, they would have been kicking themselves after that. 'Cause, I mean, being in rival, you really have to hit those. I mean, it's tough when you don't hit it, because, I mean, that really takes down your confidence. So, I mean, the fact that they could get that in, that may have just saved them the game.
With 4 minutes and 30 seconds left, there's still a lot of game to play. Pineapple is going to find it in the midfield, but Fish is also going to find it. Keep this ping pong game that's been going on so much during this series alive. Revert misses it in his corner, makes it dangerous. Proxy comes in, but he is unable to generate anything. Steve Fades is going to send it over. No teammate there to try and make anything happen. Revert comes in, but a little bit late. It looks like him and Pandemic might have faked each other a little bit there. The ball's off the backboard. Steve Fades is going to try and get the clear. He does. He sends it to the midfield. Can't find the second touch, though. He's floating down. This Fish is going to easily clear it off his back net, but Revert comes in to keep the pressure up. Steve Fades is there with a big shot, but Fish is able to make the save. and it's popped up. He finds a second touch. Steve is going to try and control it, but Proxy is there to send it over him, but he still is able to get it out and get it past another defender to send it down. Proxy missing his touch in the corner, but Fish is going to take his time and make it easy clear. He's going to try and get it past these. Proxy with a mid-air demo on Lancer. The ball goes back as Pandemic's able to find it and send it down. Steve fades off the wall with a big shot on net, but Fish is able to get back, giving him the savior medal this game. Pandemic finds it in the corner, sends it up to Proxy. Proxy sends it down, but Steve Fades finds it in the midfield and sends it back. Fish is able to get the 50 on the net. Bit of a double commit coming out from Pineapples there. Lancer almost able to find a shot, but it goes wide. Steve Fades keeping the pressure up. Finds it in the mid, but can't get the touch as Fish is going to send it away. Lancer is going to keep the pressure up and send it back mid. Proxy is going to send it back to the side. Try and find the touch off the wall, but he gets beat. Oh, a bad touch going back towards own net. Lancer misses the touch, but Revert's there to able to clear it away. Fisherell putting it back on the backboard. Lancer clears it, clears the danger, finds the demo on Proxy. Steve Fades, puts it on the backboard, but Fish is able to put it down. Revert keeping the pressure up. Find another touch, and here we go. Puts it in front, and Lancer's able to convert, sending us to a tied game.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't really have their third man rotate fully around the back post, so I mean, I just don't think Proxy knew that at the time, so he figured that he was second man, so he just kind of went for the ball. But I mean, leaving nobody back, that was just an easy shot for Pineapples, and they took advantage.
And I'm sure they're really happy to be able to come tie this game up so that way they don't just drop it. But Revert's going to find it in the midfield, send it down to Lancer. Lancer's going to take a shot, but Fisherell Soy is able to make the save. I think that makes makes 4 saves for him. Yeah, big 4 saves coming out for Fish as he comes in, as Proxy comes in to try and take a shot on net, but misses. Steve Fades is able to clear it, find it in the midfield. Definitely given a lot of time, but he messes up his flick as Proxy comes in and demos him. Lancer tries to get it, but Fish sends it on net. Steve Fades is able to knock it down. Pandemic is going to bring the pressure back. Bit of a double commit coming out from Pineapples there, but it's okay because Reverts is able to get back and get a 50 on the back wall. Lancer is going to put it back in their corner, but Pandemic's going to keep the pressure up. Pineapples looking to get a big clear right now, but Arrival is not going to let him. Proxy puts it on the backboard. Lancer can't find the touch, but Revert sends it to the side, sending it back center. Steve Fades is going to try and find it, but he gets beat by Fish Rule. Revert's able to find it on the backboard and get it past 2 defenders. He's going to try and find something here, but Proxy comes and messes up his attack. Revert with a bit of a miscommunication, popping it over Steve Fades there. Fisherell is able to get something going, but Lancer is going to shut it down, try and find a second touch, and he sends it center. Another double commit coming out, but that's okay because Revert and Steve Fades are able to get the pinch.
92. That was a speedy shot. That was really risky as well, because I mean, if that didn't go their way and that would have gone high, guess where that's going? Straight back, and they would have had nobody as third, so that would have been unfortunate. But hey, I mean, you gotta live the risky life sometimes. I mean, it pays off.
Hey, that's a clip.
That's a clip. Where's the clippers at?
Proxy is going to find it in the midfield and send it back down. Steve Fades. Oh, Proxy put that on, but Steve Fades was able to pick up his savior medal, sticking 3 saves this match. Revert, try and find it middle, but can't. Another pinch shot coming out is almost on net. Steve Fades coming in, putting the nail in the coffin. It looks like Pineapples is going to take this dub tonight.
You know what? In Game 5, double commits actually came in Pineapple's favor. Pinchers has just won them the game. I can't believe it.
This is definitely a turn of events here. As Lancer tries to take the kickoff. Revert hits it in the midfield. 1 second left as the ball is going to drop, and that's going to be a win for Pineapples.
Yeah, I've taken something from this now. Either all the rival players either just tape down their boost button or they don't know what small pads are. And that's what I've come up with, because every time I'm going around spectating all these guys, they're like 30 boosts or less. It's kind of crazy. But
And That was a really good series, though. I mean,
Oh,
taking
yeah.
it all the way to Game 5, both teams played their hearts out. They did a really good job.
And that game 5 was definitely interesting. Winning off of pinches, kind of crazy. That's the way it ends. I
Yeah,
forget
that
what
was a
it was.
crazy pinch. I hope somebody was clipping that. I hope somebody was able to get that because that was a highlight of highlights right there. That looked like a Titan play.
There you go.
But that's going to conclude match 1 tonight. So we're going to go ahead and take a little break, but we should be back shortly with game 2. We're going to the Challenger League. We're going to have Avention versus Papayas. So essentially the same two orgs we just saw, but in the Challenger League. So one down from rival. Both teams won one, so should be good stuff. Stick around and see what we got coming up.